Though little understood, these calls have been likened to the songs of whales, and walruses, too, may use them as a means of communication. After even a short time in the cold water, the skins of the swimming bulls begin to blanch as they regulate their blood supplies to the much lower temperatures. The herds on the shore are faced with a different problem of heat control. At midday, summer temperatures on the Round Island beaches sometimes soar to above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. In these conditions, walruses need to lose heat, not conserve it. Fanning themselves with their flippers is one method of keeping cool. This one seems to have found the ideal resting place, half in and half out of the water. This one, on the other hand, is using his flipper to help shield himself from the glare of the sun. Walruses aren't the only marine mammals which visit Round Island's shores. A colony of Steller's sea lions is established here too. Very occasionally, a walrus will kill and eat seals. The sea lions happen to have located their rookery on rocks which walruses previously used to haul out on. This bull is only looking for somewhere to rest, but the smaller sea lions are nervous of him nevertheless. In early summer, the steep cliffs above the haul-out beaches are used by nesting colonies of seabirds. Kittiwakes, the most oceanic of all gulls, only visit the land to breed. They rear their young in nests built on tiny projections on the almost vertical cliffs. Mures are members of the auk family. They don't build nests, but their eggs are pear-shaped to stop them rolling off the crowded nesting ledges. A pair of bald eagles breeds on the island too. Essentially fish-eaters, they also scavenge some of their food from among the inevitable losses in the large seabird colonies, while red foxes continually steal eggs and nestlings. Further down the cliffs, puffins nest in burrows they excavate themselves. They're not alarmed by their enormous neighbors, the walruses, resting close by. Round Island is a state game sanctuary, and its wildlife is fully protected. But walruses are nervous creatures and often panic at the slightest disturbance. Boat traffic passing too close to the island has a similar effect on the basking herds. Sometimes a smaller bull becomes crushed in the general stampede into the water. During the summer months, when thousands of walruses visit its beaches, Round Island is particularly important, for it represents one of the few traditional haul-out areas which the bull herds have not already deserted as a result of long-term disturbances. Not all the bulls summer on the few remaining haul-outs in the Bering Sea. Some travel north, together with the majority of cows and calves, into the Chukchi Sea. From July until September, walruses rest and feed here before they're forced to move south again by the reforming of the polar ice pack. The Chukchi Sea lies well above the Arctic Circle. Even in midsummer, the herds typically huddle together for warmth when they rest on the ice floes. In summer, the Chukchi Sea is visited by both American and Soviet ships. This Soviet icebreaker carries biologists from both nations observing walrus behavior. It's part of a combined research program aimed at increasing knowledge of a species which inhabits the polar seas shared by the two countries. It's hoped that continuation of this type of cooperative research will ultimately result in an international treaty between America and the Soviet Union aimed at giving walruses effective protection. At present, very little is known about their habitat needs, while any decline in their populations is difficult to assess. But it is known that walruses need to consume vast quantities of shellfish and other marine life to sustain themselves. Current efforts to develop Alaska's vast offshore petroleum deposits may significantly alter the balance of the marine environment on which they depend. After serious depletion, the population of walruses in the Atlantic Ocean has never recovered. Without protection for their feeding grounds and haul-out areas like Round Island, the Pacific walrus, too, could also be reduced to a remnant of its present numbers. Only if the cold Arctic seas in which it lives are very carefully managed will the tooth-walking walrus continue to survive.